and welcome. I'm gonna open my chat here. Happy to see everybody, and I'm very, very grateful that all of you are here. As you can see, it's not something that you decide on your own, but sometimes your voice doesn't work. So this is real life, people. Um, 3 days ago, I couldn't speak at all, but today I can speak and I can speak to you, and I'm very happy to do it. So I'm very happy that you can also hear me and we can do this together. Um, Hi, everybody. Hi, Irina. Hi, Roxana. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Alice. I want to know who's here. Drop any line in the chat room. I will check it from time to time. And I want to be in touch with you, even though we're going to try and focus on the presentation today. I still want to hear from you. Hi, Lavinia. Hi, Roxandra, Juliana, Anna, Sarah. Very happy to see you. Hello. I'm, as you can see, having a very radio sexy voice that I hope is going to work until the end of the webinar. So I'm going to keep this chat around here. Hello, Ekaterina. Happy to see everybody. I'm very excited to know where are you from. If you're from Romania, if not, just tell me your city. Drop a line in the chat. Anna is also going to be there, and I hope she's also going to help you connect with each other. And this is actually my goal. I want to know stuff about everybody who's here, and I want to connect all my beautiful people from Bucharest with all the beautiful people all over the world that want to work on their personal brand, that want to become more. Anna wants to use AI, so I'm going to let her do it. And I want to be here for all the people that I've met in Spain when I was in the break community. And I would love to connect everybody with everybody. So this is why I'm doing this. I want to be your connection, let's say. So I want you to know that you are in this webinar because I believe that in these times where AI is everything, right? We make the difference. The people make the difference. And as I told you, I had this very important experience where I went and lived in Spain for 1 month, and I understood how important it is to sell yourself, but mainly to present yourself to other people. So I think personal branding and thinking about your personal brand is going to help you do that. And I want to help you do that as well. I think that all of us could be these people that I've portrayed here, and maybe even more. Maybe you could be this undercover entrepreneur, Elsa. I know I was, and I wasn't showing up on any social network. I wasn't showing my face. My business was working, but I wanted to expose myself to many people and to have the right clients. And I understood that people keep telling me that I should build a personal brand and sustain my business. I was afraid to expose myself. So then I understood that I had to like myself in order to step up and show myself. So maybe you're like me, or maybe you are a client pleaser page who has her clients sucking the life out of her, who is dreading the meetings, the calls, the messages, because you give yourself too much to all your clients and you don't have the right clients. This is what happens when you don't expose yourself, and everybody is going to come to you, but not the right people. So to attract the ideal client, they want to understand who you are. So you want just that, nothing less, right? You might be visually confused, Clara, where you want to get out there and communicate about your personal brand, but you are stuck in this perfect feed mode. I know I have so many architect friends, so many artist friends who are stuck in this. My feed needs to look perfect, but they don't post, they don't show up, and this is how people forget about you. So you want to have a cohesive strategy, especially visually, for your image and for your communication. But first, you got to work on your mindset. And this is exactly what I want to talk to you today. Also, I know I've been this. Maybe you are discount driven, Diana, and you feel like you always have to give a discount to people because maybe you're not sure how they would book your services without a discount. You can drop a line in the chat and tell me if you feel like one of the people that I just described to you. Maybe you don't know exactly what they need or what do you can give to them. And this is maybe also because they don't know you. You want to own your kingdom, to know your worth, and stop making these unnecessary discounts to everybody. And when you do that, you're also going to communicate about who you are. Also, maybe people who are here are community driven people. And wait, Anna is writing something to me. Yes, I'm recording, Anna. It's all good. Maybe I'm talking about community avid Anna, who is also wanting to be in a squad. Maybe you've been sick of sitting in your own office, in your own room, especially after the pandemic and in the pandemic. We've been alone in this entrepreneurial place, right? And we want to find out like-minded individuals and people who want to become more confident in their own personal brand and get inspired and motivated by the power of others and the power of the group. And also, what I know and I value a lot, and this is why I went to Spain, and this is why I'm always going to be in international communities. I want to create these international communities to connect people with different from different countries, with different backgrounds, and with different cultures, because this is how we get out of our hamster wheel. And maybe at the end of this um, webinar, you're going to be maybe ready to show up, because at the end of this webinar, I'm also going to relaunch and reopen the doors for our Fab Leap community. This is a personal brand community. And please stay till the end. I will be very grateful if you do, because I also have a special offer for you. So let me tell you a little bit about myself, because maybe some of you know me, maybe some of you don't. And I want you to know why you should maybe talk to me, right? So my name is Ioana Dadan, and uh, I entitled myself Authentic Personal Brand Architect at the Fab Squad. I am a designer. I'm also a mentor for people who want to develop their personal brands, and I'm a visual personality development coach. I help people to establish their visual identities as personal brands. My mission is to equip these people with all the tools they need and the skills to thrive in their business. This is exactly what I need in the end, right? I want you to make money with the help of your personal brand, but also I want you to change lives with the help of your personal brand. And I also want to do something which is very important to me. I want to help people really love themselves, really like themselves when they work at their personal brand. This is very important because there's no other way to sustain. I want you to know that this was not the case 12 years ago. This was my job. My job was as an architect, and this site here is actually in China, where these were my clients. I used to be an architect, and I used to build high-rise buildings, multi-use high-rise buildings, and I was quite unhappy with the fact that I was not interacting with the kind of people that I would like. I was in a very male-dominated industry, of course, and I couldn't really express my creativity as much as I wanted to. I asked myself, so what does my dream life look like? Because I don't think that was it. I really loved inspiring people and listening to people who are inspiring to me. I loved being creative. I loved doing photography. I used to be a portrait photographer even then. And I loved graphic design. And last but not least, I loved Prosecco, which is also with me today. And I'm going to cheers to you later. So this is exactly what I needed to have my life. I needed these people. I needed you, the people that inspire me. So the Fab Squad, which is the brand that I created, is created around my personal brand, around my needs, and then around my ideal life. And this is what I want for you. At the Fab Squad, we are all architects, so we are not just entitled as architects, but we are really architects. We pivoted from architecture and we use all our knowledge from the design standpoint, from the architecture side, and we create these authentic and fabulous personal brands from A to Z, from the strategy to the visuals to the photography and website. And this is our team, Anna, Vlad, and I. And we also have other collaborators who come and go depending on the project. So what we do is we do the visual personal brand with the strategy. The strategy implies a lot of understanding who the person behind is, and we also do the photos. I am the one, the photographer who's taking the photos, but with the strategy and with the visual brand, there are other people who are in all the projects that we have. And in the end, what we want you to have this website where you can actually sell your product, right? And the end is that sometimes when we work on all this strategy, all these visuals and the website, at the end, people don't really know how to connect with others, don't really know exactly what to do with all the things that they have from us. And also, so many people need interaction, right? This is why we created the Fably, which is a community where entrepreneurs, professionals learn about visual personal brands and figure out how to communicate visually and also get more time, expand your impact. And I want to tell you that we've been having this community since June, so it's been a while, and we have like 50 people in it. And I know for sure because I've interacted with all of them that all of them have built friendships. So I want you to also rely on the and understand what we do from the people that we worked with. And for example, Christiana, who is a relationship coach for this long-term impact, she was very happy and she built her business from zero to a website. And I want you to Google her and find her. And then the other Christiana, which is interesting, she's also a COO, an operation consultant. She collaborated with us and she did everything. And she transformed from a person who was not showing her face to a person who is showing up every day on LinkedIn. So after working with so many people, by 2019, I had worked with more than 1,000 people. I had this big revelation that I'm sure that some of you can relate to, that people really do not like themselves. We cannot look at ourselves. It's an exercise that we do not very often, and we don't know exactly how to do it, right? So in 2019, even though we did the same things, which was personal branding, we shifted our focus on the real problem, which is self-love, which is how do I begin to like what I put out there on the internet? Because you know that so many people show up, but they don't really like themselves. And this is what makes us create fake posts on social media that are not sustainable because we don't really like ourselves. So finally, our mission became helping people to really like themselves before and in the meantime when they are working on the personal brand. And we do it under the same roof, under the same concept, because we think that if you go and you make the strategy with a strategist, the branding with somebody else, the photo with somebody else, the website with somebody else, it's going to take way more time and it's going to probably cost way more. We also have, and this is my, I want you to know about this project because this is my soul and it's based on who I am. We created the Self Love Atlas that you can also find under the project tab into our website, which is a project where we photograph 300 people, more than 300 people, their portrait and the part of their body that they don't like about themselves. And we created this group energy in all our exhibitions where we understood that basically we judge ourselves, but all the other people who look at us don't see the flaws that we see in ourselves. So this is the mindset that I want you to have when you expose yourself. And this is what I try to do with my clients. So the question is, how can we use our personal brands to empower ourselves and others, right? This is what I want. And this is how I work with my personal brand. In my experience, and by now, by 2023, I worked with more than 3,000 people as a brand architect, as a photographer, as a coach, as a graphic designer. And I understood that this is the main thing. If we do not love or at least like who we are, we cannot sustain our personal brand in the long run. So be careful not to invest too much before you invest in loving yourself. Did you also know that 3 out of 6 employees believe they are unable to reach their full potential because they are not self-confident enough? This is very important because personal branding is not just for entrepreneurs. It's not just for freelancers or people who have their own business. It's also because for the people who maybe have a dream, they have a goal, maybe they have a mission, but they think that if I'm in a corporate in the corporate business, I cannot express my personality. I cannot express my vision, and I cannot create impact and change. This is fake. This is not true. This is something that you can also do. And I hope that all the companies that I work with too will help its employees to become more and more confident, to become personal brands inside the company and change things inside. And also, 5 out of 6 entrepreneurs agree that it's more efficient to tell in person, but they don't lack the tools for it. And I was a witness to that when I was in Spain. And so many beautiful women were so inspiring, but we're confusing modesty with not selling yourself, you know? You don't have to be modest. It's better to be honest, you know? Just tell who you are, but really understand your audience and tell them exactly your emotion around who you are, right? So let's see what we're going to talk about in this webinar. First, I'm going to shed some truths. I'm going to tell you some things that I think about personal branding. And then we're going to talk about business and personal strategy, your authentic visuals, and your sustainable impact. So first of all, I know that are some people who don't want to expose themselves, right? But why not? I don't understand in 2023 why you would not take on the role to impact your business, to sell more because of your own motivation. So let's shed some truths first, right? Personal branding is like a pizza. Even when it's bad, still pretty good, right? This is what I think, but please don't use Comic Sans, then we need to talk. If you ever wondered, what's with all the parade of personal branding experts online? These people that are flaunting their abs and their lifestyles online. This is not a personal brand. These are people who maybe have no experience and expertise, and they pretend to be rich. They copy others' content and tell others what to do, but they are not really living it. The big problem is the fact they don't really like themselves. They are in this marketing loophole that they try to sell, and they are perpetuating social media fakery. The problem is this is exactly what is stopping us from being present. When we see these people, they are basically personal baiting us. They use aspiration and desire against us, and they are flaunting this inauthentic picture of themselves and saying, "Look at me, I'm more successful, be more like me." And then we can think like, oh my God, I've put all this work in. I'm good at what I do, yet I cannot have this level of success, but I cannot look like this person. I cannot have these posts. I cannot expose myself. I cannot take these pictures. And this is exactly what I don't want you to do, because this is what happens. We are confusing fame with authority, which is basically exactly like saying you're confusing influencers with personal brands. The personal brand you build has to be linked to your expertise. This is not the same with influencers, right? We, as personal brands, we want to open doors of opportunity because of our expertise. So, broad attention and big following might make you feel good, but it's also not something that might help your balance. It's basically a food for your ego. So, we don't need that. So, how do we build a real personal brand, right? What's that um, thing about your expertise that will help your followers? First of all, and I know that so many people are relying on social media to generate business revenue. And I think that's very unrealistic for people who really have a job. It's something that we cannot do. Content can be part of our strategy, but it cannot be our primary source, because this our job is not posting online. We are experts in certain domains as personal brands. So content creation, social media, and engagement with your followers are also full-time jobs. So you got to think about that. So don't put pressure on yourself to create an online presence and be an expert at the same time. You have to have a strategy for it. So the role of your content should not be broad. Your content should make you known for something very specific. You want to be the go-to person for that thing. You don't want to be you don't want people to be confused about what you do and how you can help them. So everything you share, personal or professional, should be linked to your client's needs or values and should add value to them. And you can see this in my profile, my personal profile, even when I'm posting something about dancing or about my role as a mother. It's going to be linked to the way I envision life and the way how I create a business around my life. And this is what I would love for my clients. So for most people, you don't need to be famous, or you don't need to be liked by millions. You don't need to have 10K followers to make money. This is very important. I am not a numbers person, and I do not think that if you have uh, 5,000 followers, then you're going to be successful. No. What you need 50 people at least that believe in you and they want to work with you. The question is, what do they want to see from you? And first, I want you to envision the quantity of people that you are manifesting for, right? If you are talking to 50 people, look at that image. It's big. And what about 100? What about 500? It's a whole big room full of people. If these people really come and really want to listen to you, they are very much valuable, more valuable than any other um, person who's going to follow you just because you posted a picture where you look pretty. So we want you to have the followers that are going to stop and listen to you. And look at the 1,000, look at the 3,000, and look at the 10,000. It's a huge difference. The problem is you don't want them to like you. You want them to become clients. So what they need to see are the results that you can deliver and experience the value of your content, right? So they need to see first your expertise. They need to see also your passions, because this is how they relate to you. They need to see your values and your beliefs, because sometimes your clients are going to have the same values with you. And they need to see the real you. They need to really get value from your content because they believe in you. So they need to connect with you on a human level. You need to be yourself. You cannot just be a professional. You need to be a person who they can relate to. They need to see your personal side, but they don't need selfie after selfie, nothing, anything. They don't need to be baited into thinking that their life is not good enough, right? They need to believe in you. So, the first thing that I want you to do is to avoid being neutral. And I know I've been talking a lot about the beige brandings and everything. This is also applying to that. But also, I don't want you to be neutral to things that matter to you. This is what makes a personal brand. You have to have an opinion. You cannot just share something because it's interesting or because your company is doing it. No, I want your opinion. A beige personal brand with neutral content is not going to help you stand out. And that doesn't mean you suddenly have to get all political, of course. And of course, you do not attack people. But your content needs to have your beliefs and your personality, because this is how people connect. And the neutral content has no beliefs, no opinion, and it's boring. And we don't want it to be boring. We want you to be exciting and real and true. So, personal branding is about getting people to buy into you. Content plays a huge part in that because people can align with you. We can all be part of something, right? We all want to be part of something. I want to be part of my community. I want to be part of others' community. I'm part of multiple communities and I get so much value from it. Whilst you might want to build your personal brand to help you sell, people want to buy from the people they really align with. And really, if you think about it, and you think about all the brands, the big brands, and I know you know this, and you know that all the brands, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, everybody needs a person. Apple needs Steve Jobs and all that, because people really buy from people who they believe in. So building relationships is basically this super power of personal branding. It's the long-term win. And when it comes to it, it's not about going viral, okay? It's not about having the 10K followers. A well-crafted brand opens doors and sees the trust, and it's making it maybe 5 years and 3 years. And it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. And it's making you the first person that these people should think of for help. In short term though, it can help you build relationships and start conversations. And yes, of course, tell what you do. So I want to give you an example. I've been working with this COO for a couple of years now, and they were not posting anywhere. Now they're posting on LinkedIn, and they reach to their audience there, and they're posting at least 5 times a day about themselves and their expertise. And they were at this mountain biking event, and one of their prospects were there. And the prospects walked up and said, "I love your stuff that you put on LinkedIn. I see you there most days." So she wanted to create business with this person, but actually, this person came to her. So it was pretty easy for both of them to open up a conversation. And this is exactly what exposing yourself will do. When you're going to be in a networking event, when you're going to be outside practicing your hobbies and everything, people who can relate to you and your hobbies and your values are going to be much more open up. They are going to be much more open to come to you and to talk to you, because they will have something that they can relate to and that they can tell you for the first interaction. And this happens if you have a constant message. So I don't want you to think that your personal brand is just for attracting leads and clients. I want you to think about your personal brand as a way to disarm these people, to help them relax, to help them um, come at ease and not think of you as this very big image that nobody can get to. So if you are getting to the right 50 people, you'll have the opportunity you need. So the question that you have to ask every day, and every time you want to put something with yourself out there is what can I share that really is going to help the people that I'm connected to? If the thing that you do, the action that you do is a reflection of your personal brand and it's a reflection of their needs, then it's going to work. You're going to sell. So you're going to create business and you're going to expand your income because discovering why you do what you do and creating this life around it is also something that your client is going to relate to. And I really want you to understand that this is not something that you really build. You already have this brand. And what I do with my clients and what I try to do with all the people that are in my community, in the Fab Leap, is that I try to help them see the brand that they already have. A sustainable brand is the brand that you already have. You're probably already doing all the things that you're thinking your brand should. You're doing them. You are living your brand. So when you are communicating your brand, you're just um, stressing on some things that are maybe just here and there right now and in your communication. But what you're going to do is that you're going to tell them over and over again. So if you want to set the stage for your success in this competitive landscape, you really have to create a connection, and because your clients want to connect with the faces behind the brand. This happened with me and with all the people that I've worked with, and I've worked with hundreds of personal brands by now. And I know for sure that if you have a brand and you don't expose your face, you're going to sell less. So, in the FabLib community, we're going to explore the significance of personal branding. We're going to help you create this lasting impact of your audience and boost your business success. Entrepreneurship is a journey filled with challenges, right? And I know that every person who comes into my studio tells me, I do not like my arms. I do not have confidence that I will sell. I am very much afraid of failing. I do not like my chin. I cannot have a photo with my whole body on my Instagram. All these things are the fear of exposure and the lack of confidence is things that I want to tackle with. This is the first thing that you have to work on. And I'm also an advocate in going to therapy, working with a coach, working with me, going in a community, and exposing yourself to all the other people that maybe have the same challenges. This is a very good way of disarming everybody else, and of disarming you, actually, of helping you come to terms with the fact that we all are afraid of the same things. And we have to transform these struggles into opportunities for our personal brand strategy to work. Also, if we think about my project, the Self Love Club, where I photographed the things that people do not like about their bodies, what came out of this project was that the other people who are looking at that person really liked that thing about them and they associated their brand with the defect. So sometimes we want to, when we dim the light down on some things, it's exactly the opposite thing that we should do. We should basically make the thing bigger and put it out there and use it into our personal brand. And I think one thing that I do is I talk about body image a lot because this is my fear. This is my struggle. And I turn it into a project. I turn it into empowering for my clients. And I want you to ask yourself, what is your fear and how could you turn it into the biggest opportunity for your brand? Also, it's not about aligning, it's about aligning every action with a purpose, actually. So even if it's chaotic and your life is not something that you like right now. Imagine that imagine how your life would be, and try to create a business around that life. For me, the exercise is, how does my perfect day look like? My perfect day looks like, um, I want to get to a place where I have beautiful light, where there's a lot of air, where I interact with people that inspire me, where I can be creative. Remember, I told you about the things that I love, where I can drink Prosecco every time I need to and with everybody who comes in. And this is why I know that you can also create your business around your perfect day. And because we have to feel like we are in a perfect day from Monday to Friday as well. I don't want to wait for the weekend to have my perfect day, right? So your personal brand should be an ambassador for your business, and your business should be a reflection of your personal brand. If I ask you, so I want you to maybe answer it to me, or maybe just answer it to yourself. Authenticity, and people talk about authenticity a lot, and it's maybe sometimes it's a thing that I'm I don't like that much, because this word has been overused. But the daily practice of authenticity is also of letting go, right? Of letting go who we think we're supposed to be. So when you create your personal brand, it shouldn't be difficult for you. You shouldn't uh, talk about subjects that it's difficult for you to talk about. You should talk about the things that, if I ask you now to go live with no prep, what would you talk about that would help me understand who you are and why I should be your client? These are the subject that they are very easy for you to tackle. Those are the subjects that should get into your personal brand. And visually, the same. What is easier for you? Is it photo? Is it video? Is it something about your voice that I want to hear? Maybe it's a podcast. Do you write well and you should have a blog? First, start with the thing that comes easily to you, and that is going to be most authentic because it comes easily to you. So, in the digital age, right, we have to build a connection with our audience. We have to go beyond showcasing our product or services. We're sick of that. I don't want to know what you're selling to me. I want to know what it does it what it's going to help me with, or maybe I want to know, what do you believe, because this authenticity, when you show me who you are, this is the currency of connection. And personal branding basically provides a platform to showcase the human side of your business. You cannot sell to people if you're not showing your human side. And your human side is the authentic side, is the imperfect side, is the fact that I have no voice now, is the fact that I am also scared when I'm doing this, because I'm uh, I'm trying to connect with people and I'm trying to give knowledge, but I'm more used to doing it face to face. For me, this is difficult, but I want to do it. So for me to connect with your personal and your human side, I have to have your behind the scenes. I have to have your personal stories. I have to have these elements that create relatability and trust. That's why it does not work when all the pictures that you post are pictures that you've done with a professional photographer. I also have to have pictures and videos that you do yourself. That's why sometimes selfies and video selfies and stories where you talk directly into camera are going to be perfect, because I'm going to know that not just that you've been to the studio and somebody took care of your image, but also you are going to show me what your real life is, and the fact that it's aligned with your business is going to make me trust you and then buy from you. So in the Fably community, this is how I explore, and I pushed my people, my leopards, from the leap community, because you know that the leap comes from a leap of leopards. A group of leopards is a leap, and then that's why the community is filled with all these leopards, that you can also be one of them. And we are exploring this importance of opening up and sharing our personal insights. And we want to create these meaningful connections. And I know that it's difficult sometimes to do it in social media, so you have the opportunity to do it in the community first. So let's talk about the direct impact on your income, right? Because personal branding shouldn't be and is not just about visibility. You should sell something. It's a powerful tool for financial success. So by building a strong and authentic personal brand, you position as an authority, right? You gain trust, and ultimately you have to have a product. So you have to have a place. If it's a website, then it's the best. If it's a service that you provide one-on-one, it's also good. If it's a sales call, also, but you have to have a place where you can command higher value. You can put in there the best product that you can do, and people can really connect with you and buy something from you. So investing in your personal brand can also eliminate this self-doubt and unlock the streams of income, because it's easier. It's easier to talk about you while you, if you know yourself, if you like yourself, and if you have self-confidence, talking about yourself will help you sell the things that maybe now you are doing for free. So the steps basically that are going to help you on leveraging the personal brand for financial success. First, you have to craft a compelling story, and the story is yours. It's something that it's easy for you to say. You have to define your niche and your expertise. You have to be confident that the people that you are talking to are the people who want to listen to you. You don't need big numbers, you need real numbers. Optimize your online presence. This means that you don't have to be everywhere, you don't have to be posting uh, things that other people post just because they look good, but you have to be very intentional and, of course, engage authentically. You have to network strategically. This means you have to go to real events and have a pitch, have a elevator pitch that you can tell to people in 30 seconds so that you can actually um, get to the point and then demonstrate the value. You do that by having a good website, by being consistent, and also by investing into your development. Let's talk about visuals, right? They're also very important to us. And I want you to understand that although we talk a lot about strategy and I like to coach people, visuals are my love. I talk through visuals, I talk to you through this presentation. Everything that is behind me has been well thought out so that you can understand that I am living my brand. And please go online and follow me and understand that nothing that I do is fake, but the visuals that I do are very intentional. So don't just embrace your brand, but celebrate it. Celebrate your unique style. So take a moment. And if you cannot do it on your own, have friends that will help you and help you to identify the colors, the patterns. You have to stop and make an audit of your personal style right now. If you have a brand or not, doesn't matter. The clothing, the patterns, the colors, your car, your house, your computer, your desktop, your phone case, your everything that you do, the places where you go and you eat, the places where you go and you have fun. All these are things that are gonna say stuff about your style and about your story. You already have that brand. So let's compile a list of these personal stories, places, experiences that have shaped you. And let's then integrate these elements not only to embody the essence of your kingdom, but also laying a solid foundation for your personal brand that is going to be genuine, right? The first thing and the easiest thing that you should do is finding your true colors. And I do this exercise with my clients and with myself actually. And I tell them to look at their closet squinting with their eyes and finding their true colors. Because when you squint with your eyes, you're just going to see the dominant colors, the dominant pattern or textures. So you're going to understand how uh, the items are being picked, right? So the visual exploration will reveal not just your true colors, but also will provide insights to represent your personal brand. So I'm going to take a small pause and see if anybody has written anything. She and I'm going to go on the, where is it? I'm going to ask Anna if anybody wrote anything just to let me know. I'm going to try to uh, answer the question. But if not, I'm going to go on because do you believe the colors you're wearing should be also the colors of our personal brand? Yes, I believe that. I believe that you should have accents. And I know that the clothing is very important. And when we're gonna, if, and I hope you're gonna become members of the Fab Leap community, we are gonna have a webinar on that. Um, it is very important for us to live our brand and not just colors, because you can see I'm wearing black, although it's maybe a color of my brand. I have accents. This is a brooch that is made especially for me and for the brand of the leopard. This is the leopard print. So this is exactly what I'm doing. But I think you should also, yes, embody your brand through your colors, the ones that you wear. It's something that people are gonna associate you with by the end of, I don't know, the 6 months that you're gonna uh, explore like that. But it's also about accessories. It's also about um, how you wear them, textures, metallics, if you use them. It should all be infused into your brand, yes. Also, I want you to know, even though this is a big part of our business, that you should not start with a logo. Yes, you need a logo, but you should not start with it. So in the early stages of the personal brand, we have to focus on creating authentic visuals. That means that besides having a professional photo shoot, which is very important, you should also try and explore to create your own visuals with yourself in your personal moments, when you are maybe doing sports, when you are dancing, when you are out with your friends, when you are having a special moment, after your yoga practice, after your meditation. You have to brainstorm a list of these visual elements that maybe will resonate with your brand, and then you have to experiment. So the first steps, if you don't have a personal brand, you should have um, a period of time where you experiment with different colors, palettes, and styles. This means that you can also ask for feedback. If today you're doing something different, ask people how they perceive you, because maybe sometimes you think some things are on brand, but other people's associate you with something else. And if if these people are your clients, their opinion matters too. So what you can do is first create a visual mood or collage, maybe on Pinterest, and then squint at your wardrobe, create a smaller um, mm, wardrobe just with the things that have the colors that you think should be with your brand, and then experiment with authentic visuals like photos or videos, wearing all these things or using all these colors in online, and see the response of your audience. Because if you don't experiment, then you are not gonna really know who will relate to what. And in the personal brand business, there are two elements. It's you and your client. You are always in the service of your client. The ego is not the main element. Your ego, you shouldn't post there for yourself or for your family or for your friends or for the people that you've been in high school with. Social media, after you become a personal brand, becomes a place where you do business. And whatever you put out there should have um, the elements of your brand, and you should experiment and understand the feedback of your audience. So let's get practical. So the first thing should be showcasing your personality into a visual mood board. This is the first thing that I also do with my clients, of course, because it's the easiest. We all use Pinterest right now, and we use consistent colors, and we establish a visual language there. And then the next step is to create this language and put it out there across the platforms. And if you are on LinkedIn and on Instagram and you have a website, they should all look the same. Your cover photos, your profile photos, they should work together. They should have the same visual language. Then you have to also invest into high resolution images and professional graphics. So after you have the mood, after you're sure about the language that you want to put on your platforms, then you invest in high resolution images, photos, and brandings. And then you incorporate your personal elements, your signature accessories, your visual motifs into your life. Very important. When I go to a meeting and I know that it's a business meeting, I'm also going to wear leopard print. I'm also going to order Prosecco. I'm going to stay on brand, but it's not something that I do because it's something that I did before and I just incorporate it into my brand and I just make it um, more often right now and more intentionally. And then you have to find your cohesive narrative, right? Um, you have to reflect your brand story in every visual and ensure that the piece tells the story. So there's a big umbrella, the story, and then there's a way of telling it. And of course, you have to test it. It's not going to work maybe from the first moment. It's not like if you post one thing and people are going to really get it. It's a marathon, as I said, and it's a matter of repetition. Personal brand should be a repetition game. So to effectively communicate these authentically visuals, you also have to engage. Engagement is something that people don't really think about. We just think about pouring all this information into Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, but we don't think about how we engage with the people. So we have to share behind the scenes and glimpses and also ask for the feedback of the people and host live sessions or webinars and integrate that into our communication strategy. And then we have to use the user generated content. And then maybe if we are ready to do that, create a content calendar that is going to incorporate this strategy. Also, don't forget that it's super important to respond to comments and to messages and have a two-way communication because it's social media, it's not just media. So let's talk about impact, right? I was talking about it and I want to stress it again. Don't just dream it, you have to design your brand and your business after your ideal day and life. So envision your ideal life, both personally and professionally. What does success look like for you? What does your perfect day look like? What kind of lifestyle do you want to lead? How do you want to feel in your office? So once you've painted this picture, you have to align everything else to it. Don't do it just because there's a person telling you online to do it. So use this exercise to set these objectives and after you set them, go and do the other steps. The hustle of running the business, don't let it get to you. The most important person is you. If do not like yourself, then your business is not going to be sustainable in time. So you have to practice self-love. You have to be very um, understanding with yourself. Maybe you didn't uh, do it well in your first live. That's okay. I also, I try to speak in English now because I want to get to people who are not in Romania because I love everybody all over the world and I want them to become part of my community. And it's hard for me. I make mistakes and I understand. I understand myself. I have love for myself and empathy. So empathy is crucial. And if you show empathy to yourself, then your clients are also going to believe that you will have empathy for them. And the journey that you do is going to be a growth journey, right? So it takes time and every step counts. So you should start with small. Don't do everything from the beginning. Start small and gradually and expand your impact because this journey involves constant learning, adaptation, and resilience. Thriving in the long run means surrounding yourself with a supporting community. So I constantly seek for mentors to guide me. I seek for people to learn from, and I seek for communities. And the ability to adapt and thrive in the face of challenges is way more easier when you have people around you that understand your struggles. And this is why I've created the family. So as we wrap up, but don't stop because I still have the offer for you. Remember that it's not just professional strategies, it's a transformative journey. We want to elevate our business, but we want to align our life, our business to our life. So we want to own the queendom, find the colors, have authentic visuals, communicate our brand, envision our ideal life, practice self-love, understand our clients, and thrive in the long run, right? My I want to tell you that I want you to be as weird as you like. This is exactly what we want. So if I want to wear leopard print and drink prosecco every day, this is not bad. It's not something that I want to be weird, and you want. I just want the people that are right for me to join my dance because I know that the wrong people will leave the party, and I'm okay with that. And you should also be prepared for them to leave the party. So let's get weird together in the Fab community where professionals learn about developing their personal brands and figure out how to communicate visually, right? We have 2 online workshops every month that are very specific to subject. We have 1 new guide every month. We have 2 WhatsApp challenges every month, and we have a platform for networking. The workshops, you can see at your own pace the webinars if you are going to have the membership where you can be in the live webinars. You can also interact. In the webinars, you will also find the other people in the Leap and me. You'll have direct access to me. And also, then we will post the recordings. And we have been posting the recordings from all the webinars that we have been doing in the courses platform. And then we're going to have guides. These are just a few of the guides that are already in the platform. And we will have every month 1 new guide for you. And then we have this direct access to everybody. The WhatsApp community, if you join the Black Leopard membership, you will have access directly to all of us and to everybody in the community. And then you are going to get feedback on your challenges. But all of the memberships are going to have access to the challenges that we've designed for you to become more self-confident in showcasing your personal brand. And we have 2 personal brand challenges per month. What we also do, we create website reviews for the websites that you already have, so you can have improvements there. And then I want you to also know that I have 2 of my clients here, Andrea, who lives in the UK and is a fromager and was lost in the sea of people following content that was not inspiring. And now she feels more confident, and you can follow her on the bouncing deal and see how intentional her content is right now, because I think she grew a lot, um, and she found like-minded people in the community. Ioana, who was an experienced creator for Eat to Connect, her brand, she creates these amazing dinners and gatherings, and she found a very nurturing place in the family. And when she joined the community, she actually started communicating her personal brand. And I was so proud of her. We just ended an amazing workshop yesterday that both of us we did, and we sold out. We had so many people experiencing our workshop, which is named The 5 Senses of Her Brand. And it's the workshop that has been developing since she's been in the community. So we have a gift for you, of course, and you can join the family community. You can scan um, this QR code, and you're going to be uh, in the onboarding page. You're going to see what we've prepared for you. And if you use the code FAB30, then you're going to have 30% of any membership for the next 12 months. And so this is a very big offer that we want you to have in the month of offers. And of course, that we want you to use it. We want you to be there. You're also going to get all this information on the website. And I want you to know that this is your personal brand journey. I want you to embrace it. I want you to celebrate it. I want to celebrate it with you. So let us go and propel to new heights. And I thank you very much for being here. Please reach out. Tell me what you think. Join the Fab Leap. Write to me on Instagram. Write to me on WhatsApp. And write to me on our email. I have a question here, and I'm going to answer it. Ioana, what inspired you the most in your trip to Canary Islands? I was living in Lanzarote for 9 months, dating experience. Amazing, Ekaterina. Yes, I loved the Canary Islands. For me, there's a thing about island time that makes me create more time for myself and helps me develop my personal brand. But what inspired me most, I think the first thing I would say is the squad that I had there. As you can see, the squad is following me. It was very fabulous. The ladies that I lived there with 18 people. And I also love the ocean. For me, the ocean helps me calm down and create authentic visuals, authentic writings, and everything. And my dream day, my dream life is also living close to the ocean. So, with this manifestation, I also thank you very much. I thank you, Alice. I thank you, Anka. I thank you, Katerina, Anna, everybody, Dana, Lucia, Mihaela, everybody who's been here. I'm very happy and grateful that you were all here. And stay close to your email because we're going to send everything there. And please, if you feel like you want to and you feel it's going to help you, join the Fab Leap because we're going to see each other there very often. So thank you very much. Have a good day.